Good morning, everyone. Today we will see the metrology and quality control subject. We will start the unit number 1. Okay. Unit number 1 is the measurement standard and design of gauges. Okay. We will see also different types of the comparators. What is the principle of engineering metrology? Why this subject is included in your syllabus? Okay, all these things we'll see in that subject, measurement standard and design of gauges. First we'll see the principle of engineering metrology. What is the principle of engineering metrology? Okay, we'll see in details. Metrology word is derived from two Greek words, okay, such as we'll see first metro, which means measurement, and logy, which means science. Okay, metrology word is derived from two Greek words such as metro, okay, which means measurement, and logy means which means science. Okay, metrology is the science of precision measurement. Metrology is the science of precision measurement. Okay, this is the another definition of the metrology. Very simple definition is given. You should remember that definition. But what about the engineer definitions? The engineer can say it is the science of measurement of length, okay, and angles and all related quantity like depth is there, diameter is there, straightness is there with high accuracy. We require the accuracy. This is very important. The development of the industry is largely depends on the engineering metrology. Okay, that's why this subject is included in your syllabus. Okay, all engineers should know about the various instruments. Okay, we'll see second point. All of you getting principle. Second point, introduction of measurement. Introduction of measurement. Okay, we'll see the details. Measurement is defined as the process of numerical evolution or dimension. Okay, the process of comparison with standard measuring instrument. Okay, what is mean by measurement? Measurement is nothing but it is the process of numerical evolution of the dimension. Process of numerical evolution of the dimension. The elements of measuring system include instrumentation, calibration, standard, environmental influence, then human operator limitations, and feature of the workpiece. What is the basic aim of the measurement? Okay, do you know that basic aim of the measurement? The basic aim of the measurement includes check whether the component has been manufactured as per the requirement of specification or not. You have to check that your component manufactured as per your requirement or not. This is the basic aim of the measurement. Okay, all of you getting what is the basic aim of the measurement? You have to check whether your component is manufactured as per the requirement or not. This is the basic aim of the measurement. Third, we'll going on the objective. What is the objective of that subject? Okay, we'll see there are different objective of that subject. Okay, first is it can be used for the selection of proper measuring instrument in industry. Okay, you have to then accuracy, we require the accuracy, okay, to maintain the accuracy and precision at the time of the inspection. Precision are also important. So many times we are using the precise instrument. Every time you don't get the accuracy. That's why we are using the precise instrument to maintain the accuracy and precision at the time of the measurement. This is very important. Okay, then again we require the quality. Okay, third is we require the quality. Okay, how to maintain the quality of one component? If you want to the purchase anything market, then we think about that quality. Okay, as per our requirement we require the quality. Means if you want to the pen from the market, okay, then you seen different quality in that pen. Okay, as per your requirement. That's why everybody should know having the different notion about the quality. Okay, this is the third objective. Then fourth, also you have to check the cost. When you purchasing anything from the market, then you are thinking about the cost. Okay, cost is related to the quality. Cost is related to the quality. Okay, can be used the deciding the proper measuring standard. Then also it is used for the minimizing the cost of inspection. And sometimes if there is some problems or mistakes in the dimension, then we want to do the rework, then we want to reduce the cost. Okay, we have seen there are two principle of the metrology and introduction of the measurement. Then we'll see the measurement standards. Measurement standard. Okay, the National Institute of Standard and Technology, we can say the NIST, called National Bureau of Standard. National Bureau of Standard. In order you have to make the accuracy as well as high technical development. Okay, that's why we want to follow that measurement standards. Okay, there are three types of the standard. First is a national standard, then second is a metrological standard, and third is a calibration standard. Okay, third is a calibration standard. We will see one by one that standards. Okay, where we are use that national standard, then second is a metrological standard and calibration standard. In national standard, we have seen it includes prototype and natural phenomenon of SI system. The worldwide system of weight and measurement standard, we are using the national standard. We know that there is a NBS is there, Bureau of Standard, National Bureau of Standard, NIST is there. Okay, this we are using in the, means there we use the prototype. Second is a metrological standard. Metrological standard we are using as a reference standard in industrial or governmental laboratory. We are using that metrological standard as a reference. Okay, then next see the third one, where we are using that calibration standard, or it is worldwide we are using that standard. Working standard or industrial, or we can say the geometrical laboratory, where we are using in the that Bureau of Standard. Okay, next is a, we'll see the classification of the standard. There is a linear measurement. Again, that linear measurement is divided into three types. Okay, line standard, end standard, and wavelength standards. Okay, the standard provide a reference or datum for the assigning the numerical value to measured quantity. We'll see that one by one. First is a line standard, end standard, and third is a wavelength standard. When will require that line standard, end standard, and wavelength standard, we will see one by one. Basically, say first is a line standard. When we are using the line standard, anybody? Line standard we are using at the time of the measurement of a distance made by the between two parallel lines, or we can say the two surfaces. I will give here one example. See, this is the first line, then second line we want to draw the parallel to that first line. Okay, then if you want to measure the distance in between that two lines, okay, there are two parallel lines. Okay, then we can use the line standard means when the length being measured is expressed as a distance between two centers, or we can say the two engraved lines, as in steel rule. It is known as a line measurement. Okay, line standard are used for the direct length comparison, and then they have no auxiliary device. For example, we'll take the example of that line standard is a scale is the example of the line standard. Another example is a vernier is there, micrometer is there. Okay, we can measure the distance between two parallel lines. Okay, in between two parallel lines. Okay, this you should remember that the example of the line standards. Okay, or this is the example is of the yard or meter. Second, we'll see the second one is the end standard. Okay, you know the what is the use of the end standard. Again, we'll see the details. When length is being measured is expressed as a distance between two parallel surfaces, then it is referred as a end standard. Here we have seen the line standard, we'll see the end standard. See, I will draw the two parallel flat surfaces. Okay, if you want to measure distance between that two parallel surfaces, suppose this is the first surface and this is the second surface, then we want to measure the distance between that two parallel faces. Okay, or we can say the surfaces. Then how to measure that distance in between that two parallel faces? Okay, see, this is the first to the second surface. We want to measure the length, right? Then how to measure that? We are using the length bar and slip gauges, generally in the form of a end standard. Slip gauges is the example of the end standard. Also we can use the length bars. In industry, special in workshop, end standards are commonly used because they are highly accurate and very small dimension. Second example is a length bar. Okay, see, length bar usually consists of bars of carbon steel about this 10 to 1200 mm in length. 12 to 1200 mm in length, remember that. Then the diameter of that length bar is a 20 mm. They are useful for the large workpiece. Okay, how to use that slip gauges? If you have given the slot, okay, then you have to insert that slip gauges in that surface and check the dimension of the given slot. Okay, they are made with high grade cast steel. They are used for the measurement in the range of 0.025 mm to 100 mm. Okay, these slip gauges are used to measure the distance between two parallel surfaces. Then third is a wavelength standard. We'll see the wavelength standard. See, third is a wavelength standard. Okay, this is the third type of the linear standard. Okay, wavelength standard. When we use the wavelength standard or monochromatic light, which is a natural and static units of length, as the working standard, will reduce dependency problem on the physical standards. So, see, I will draw here one figure. Okay, in that figure, suppose we have the different colors. Okay, for different colors we will get the different wavelengths. Okay, for different colors we will get the different colors. Okay, this see, you know the relation between that wavelength standard. 1 meter is equal to 165076.733 into wavelength of that radiation. Means if you have taken the red color, then you will get the different radiation. If you have taken the orange color, you will get the different radiation from that wavelength standard. Okay, because see, day by day this end standard and line standard are destroyed. That's why we require the wavelength standard. Okay, all of you remember that this light is easily available in our laboratory. Okay, we'll see the details. Okay, what is the line standard and what is the end standard and what is the wavelength standard. Okay, when we use that wavelength standard, when we use the line standard, when we use the end standards, all the details we have seen in this lecture. Then next one we'll going on the next step. See, next is we'll see the difference between the line standard and end standard. Okay, sometimes in the examination you will get the question about the what is the difference between the line standard and end standard. We'll see the details first. First is a line standard and second is a end standard. Okay, we'll see the details. First, see what is mean by line standard. We have seen you have to write the definition of the line standard in the first point. Okay, line standard is the length between two lines. Length between what? Two lines being measured. Okay, this is called as a line standard. Okay, right here, line standard is the length between two parallel lines. Two parallel lines. Okay, what about the end standard? We have seen the definition of the end standard. End standard is the distance between two flat parallel faces, or we can say the parallel surfaces. Two flat parallel surfaces. Here is a line is two lines. Whenever distance measure between two lines, then we are using the line standard. Okay, then second is the accuracy. What is the accuracy in the line standard? As compared to the end standard, we are getting the less accuracy. The limited value is plus or minus 0.2 mm. This accuracy as compared to the end standard in the line standard. Okay, then what about the end standard? End standard is highly accurate as compared to the line standard, as compared to the line standard. Then third is a what about the cost? What about the cost? Cost is less. Cost is a less the line standard. And what about the end standard? This cost is a very high as compared to the line standard, very high, because we know that the slip gauge is having very costly. The next point is a there is a we seen the example of the line standard, right? Example of the line standard is a scale. Scale is there. Okay, we are using meter or yard, or we can say the micrometer, vernier. But what about the end standard? The example of the end standard, we have seen the slip gauges, or we can say the different end bars. Okay, you should remember the example. Next point, see, here is a measurement is a quick and easy. Measurement is a quick and easy. Okay, here if you have seen, then this operation is a time consuming. We'll write that point. Okay, here again we are seeing the quality. Okay, as compared to the line standard and end standard, which is the better, will get the better quality. Will get the better quality in the end standard. Okay, all of you getting the difference between the line standard and end standard? We have seen the details, what is the line standard and what is the end standard. You have to remember the points, means quality, accuracy, and all these things. Okay, and last point is the parallax error can occur at the time of the measurement in the line standard. In the end standard, there is a no parallax error occurs. Okay, and at the time of there is a improper atmospheric condition, we seen the handling may occurs. Atmospheric condition, that's why handling may occurs in the end standards. Okay, and then next we'll see the errors. Okay, before going on that error, you know that 7 points. Okay, in that, see, I have written all these things in the line standard and end standard, about the accuracy, cost, and all these things I have written in the line standard as well as the end standards. Okay, every point you have to remember with the help of that points. Don't by hearts this. Okay, then see, we'll going on the next types of the error. After that we'll see details what is the errors. There are two types of the errors. Okay, what is mean by error? Before studying error, one should know the terms of the accuracy and precision. But what is the error? Error is nothing but the difference between the true value and measured value. True value and measured value. The error are divided into two types. Again, systematic error and random error. Again, that systematic error are divided into 4 different types. Okay, first is a parallax error, then second is a environmental error, third is the support error, and fourth is a dust error. We'll see one by one. See, types of error. Okay, I have told already, they are divided into the 2 different parts. Okay, which 2 different parts? First is a systematic error and second is a random error. Okay, Again, this systematic error is divided into the 4 different parts, right? First is a already I have told, first is a Alex error, okay, or we can say the alignment error. Then second one is a environmental error, okay. Environmental error will get due to the changes in the environment, okay. Temperature is there, humidity is there, pressure is there. If these things are changed, then we'll get the environmental error. Environmental error, okay. Then third is a dust error. Third is a dust error. Third is a dust error, okay. Dust are coming from the windows, doors, okay, at the time of the measurement. That's why we'll get the changes in the measuring instruments, okay. This is called dust error. And last is a